Today we have a Fed meeting, 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, five and a quarter hours from now. It's been all over the place. They kind of indicated half a point. They've been pretty on message. I don't know if they want to mess with that, but then I think they leaked to the press that they may go 75 because they know they're so far behind. But whether they do 50 or 75, right now we're 0.88 on the federal funds rate, and we're 8.6% in inflation and running at a double-digit clip. So we're just got this huge chasm. So whatever they do today, it's more psychological, right? So there's going to be a number and there's going to be a whole flurry. If they do 75, there's so many themes and sub themes that it's impossible to kind of predict this outcome. And then the market, these Fed meetings, they often give you a counterfeit. I think the last one, you had a huge rally that day. It was just like, this is crazy, right? So the markets are often bizarre. There was huge rally that day, and then the next day it just collapsed. And so whatever you see today, be prepared for tomorrow being completely the opposite. So you really kind of got to make sure what your risk reward parameters are, at all times, especially now, because this market could be like a kid with a crayon, where you're just drawing all over the place. You could see these FX pairs and these yen pairs, and because there's so much so much carnage. But I think what's happening is the administration and the Fed are losing credibility. So there's so much of the market is about confidence. Investors, take on risk when they have confidence. And now increasingly, events are conspiring, and these officials are so freaking behind the curve that the markets are losing confidence in the people that are supposed to be keeping our money stable. And so you have all of these themes and counter themes and what they're doing and how they're reacting and how the market's going to discount that, on and on and on. So at the end of the day, it comes down to patterns and risk management. So I think, on Monday, I kind of anticipated what you're seeing right now in Bumble. We looked at this key reversal on Monday. And to me, this is just an example of how I look at price. It could be Bumble, it could be corn, it doesn't matter, right? So you see this huge key reversal. And I always say, you can't look at every reversal in a vacuum. To me, what's guiding this particular instrument is this. I'm looking at this as the governing pattern. So to me, this market has bottomed, and if something's bottomed, it's going to go higher. And, all during this sell-off last week, I was buying more and more calls. And I said, on Monday, we closed like this, right on the low of that thing, and looked horrible. But I said, be careful if it kind of opens, goes lower, and then if it starts coming back to unchanged, this is where it's going to rip, right? And basically, we're not there, but it looks like we'll be there on the opening. So now, to my mind, this is what I do. I would buy it here and just put a stop there. So now you've got a $2 risk. You've got a very small risk to make a very big upside. And so I look at these relationships all the time. I wait until things get into a very narrow area of something that I'm expecting, an explosive move, and try and get in positions where I can get in early. And then when the momentum comes, that's when you can make all kinds of money. And so this is how I look at things. It's just price, and then it's just a dance around the unchanged. How do prices go? So the thing is, I would have been very kind of more anxious if prices opened up here on Monday and then started drifting down. Then it was much more likely you could see something like that. But I always say, observe where the energy is coming into the day or the week. So the energy started opening lower. So what happened was basically you had continuous selling this whole week, and then Monday, Tuesday, you had more selling. So I like to, if I'm looking to short something, I'm not looking to short when all of the energy is dissipated. I want to wait for some, pullback, build the energy, and then go. So I always look at how does the energy enter the bar. And I predicted this on Monday. We're going lower, and I said the minute this crosses, this unchanged area, this was going to be a buy. I don't care what Powell's going to do. I don't care what the Bank of Japan is going to do. I'm just looking at this one instrument and, looking for a risk reward relationship where I can say to myself, even if I lose, this is my risk and that's potentially my reward.
So you can see, 45, it's 1.3 million.
$1.3 million short.
So pop out a profit for 118,000 there.
So you can see how this is going crazy now. You can see how the market just going nuts.
I bet like $1.6 million on this position. I'm showing right now $23,000 gain.